Hello, and welcome to the Team 862 Lightning Robotics podcast. I'm your host, Jake. In our first episode, we have a lot of ground to cover, so let's get started. We'll be talking about the new podcast group that has just been formed, current events on the team, and the operations of each highly active subgroup. Now, with that out of the way, let's head over to TJ, who is caught up with Mr. O and has some questions to ask about this year's game.
Thanks, Jake. Mr. O, will you tell us about the game we're playing this year?
Thank you, TJ. Yeah, this year's 2015 FIRST Robotics game is called Recycle Rush. It's played on a 27 by 54 foot field with 2 teams, 3 alliances on each team. Each team will be playing on their half of the field. The field is split by a scoring platform where you cannot cross over to the other side. So each team will be playing on their own side, stacking totes, getting rid of litter simultaneously in order to score points. The game is 2 minutes and 30 seconds long. It starts with a 15-second autonomous mode. During the 15-second autonomous mode, you have yellow totes, 4 of them, 3 of them on your side, which you can move to the scoring zone. If you move to the scoring zone, you score so many points. If you stack them, you score more points. You can also gain points by moving all of your robots to the scoring zone, but all of them have to be in there. If one of them's not in there, then you don't gain those points. The next 2 minutes and 15 seconds are teleop period, where you'll be stacking totes in order to gain points. Each tote is worth 2 points if you get it on the scoring platform. If you stack 5 totes and you get a recycle litter container on top of those, you get 4 points for each level that the totes are stacked. There's also litter, which is represented by pool noodle, which can be put inside the recycle container in order to score you more points. So basically you're racing against the clock to try and outscore the other team. But it doesn't matter who wins or loses in this game, your total points will be used for qualification and moving on to the elimination or playoff matches.
All right. Thank you, Mr. O, for your time. Now back to you, Jake.
Thank you, TJ. Now let's go over the design plan for this year's robot. Design is currently working on a design for 2 collector mechanisms, which are based off machines found in modern industry. Additionally, they are designing a model for this year's chassis. The design group is also finalizing a design for all of Flash's our 2015 robots systems. Another group responsible for making our robot run in tip-top shape is programming. Let's go over to TJ, who's caught up with a member of programming and has some questions to ask him about what programming is doing this year.
Thanks, Jake. Today we have Matthew here from programming. Matthew, tell us a bit about your subgroup.
Alright, TJ. Well, programming basically makes all the code necessary for the robot to run.
So what do you actually do, though?
In programming, we work with a variety of languages to make various pieces of code needed to make the robot function, such as vision, autonomous, our drivetrain, and ultrasonics.
What programs do you use to do that?
We use LabVIEW for autonomous in our drivetrain. We use Python for our vision, and we use C++ for ultrasonics.
Have you actually programmed a robot yet this year?
Yes, we actually have. We have working autonomous, not really. It's just a proof of concept.
What are the future plans for programming, though?
Well, we really want to get our drivetrain called out for this year, and we want to get our vision and ultrasonics integrated.
Thank you for your time, Matthew, and now back to you, Jake.
Thanks, TJ. Now we'll find out about the Creative Hands Busy Hands exhibit at the Plymouth Historical Museum, which will run from January 23rd to June 14th. It is located at the 2nd floor of the Plymouth Historical Museum on 155 South Main Street. Now, with more on this topic, we'll head over to TJ.
Thanks, Jake. Now to hear more of this, we'll be going over to the Mentor of Marketing, Miss Todd, for a short interview. What is the Creative Hands exhibit, Miss Todd?
Well, TJ, the Creative Hands exhibit at the Plymouth Historical Museum showcases local citizens and students and the amazing talent pool we have here, like for photography and artwork and such things. But we're involved in an exhibit that showcases building and engineering through the years. So we have things like a Lego exhibit from a local elementary school, erector sets, Lincoln Logs, things that are building like that. And because our robotics team builds robots to compete, Our robot is there, our 2013 robot Orion is there. And this is a robot that's like 120 pounds, it's large, and it costs about $3,000 to build. And we would love for everybody to come over and see more about what our high school students are involved with.
All right, thank you, Ms. Todd. Now back to you, Jake.
So if you want more info on the Creative Hands exhibit, please visit their website at www.plymouthhistory.org. Sorry to say, but that's all the time we have for today. So please leave us a like and tell us what we could do better. Check back for the next newsletter of Flash Weekly Robotic News. And stay shocking!